In this video, we're talking about solving using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So basically, it's a combination of the previous videos where we started with addition and subtraction and then moved to multiplication and division. So as always, the first thing that we need to do is to simplify on each side of the equal sign. So looking at 1a, we have x minus 2 equals 5. So there's nothing we can combine, right, on each side. So now we're ready to work across the equal sign. Well, the only thing next to the x is this minus 2. So to cancel that, we have to do plus 2. So the negative 2 plus 2 goes away, and I get x equals 7. Now to check, I'm rewriting the original problem, right? And now I need to take the variable out, replace it with parentheses, and then I'll take the answer that I got, which is 7, put that into the parentheses, and then the left side simplifies down to 5, which is the same as the right side. So that is confirmation that 7 is the correct answer. All right, this next one. Again, we look to see, is there anything that can be simplified on each side of the equal sign? And in this case, there isn't. So I need to do my opposite order of operations, right? So I need to start with addition and subtraction for canceling. So in this case, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So I get 3x equals negative 9. Now I need to get that 3 away. Well, that says 3 times x. So to cancel multiplication, I have to divide. So I divide both sides by 3. So x equals negative 3. All right. And now we go and check. So we get 3x plus 4 equals negative 5. 3 parentheses plus 4. Now notice when I'm doing the substitution, I'm still using the parentheses because I want to be consistent. Whenever I'm substituting something in for a variable, I replace the variable with parentheses first and then put the number in. I do it for evaluation. I do it for this. I do it anytime I am substituting a number in for a variable. All right, so now I get negative 9 plus 4, which gives me negative 5. And finally, we have negative 5 equals negative 5. All right, next one. So I would encourage you to go ahead and try C, D, and E on your own. So go ahead and pause the video, try each of them, check each of them, and then go ahead and watch my work and you can see how you did. All right, so for C, the simplifying that we have is to actually do distribution on the left-hand side, right? So you always have to get rid of your parentheses if there are some and there are things inside the parentheses that can't be combined, right? Which in this case, x minus 1 cannot be combined. So we do the distributive property. So that's 2 times x, which is 2x. And then we have positive 2 times negative 1, which gives me a negative. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And that equals 4. Okay, now we're ready to start working across the equal sign. So we need to do opposite order of operation. So we have to get rid of that minus 2 first that's sitting next to the x. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do it to the other. So I get 2x equals 6. Okay, now because of space, I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite this up here and then show the next step. So we are multiplying x by 2. So in order to cancel that, we need to go ahead and divide by 2. So x equals 3. All right, now it's time to check. So I have 2x minus 1 equals 4. 2 here's the double parenthesis, right? I'm taking the x out, putting parentheses in its place, and then writing everything else. So now I pop the 3 into the inner parentheses, so I get 2 times, well, 3 goes into there, right? So I get 3 minus 1 equals 4. Okay, now order of operations says that I need to do the portion in parentheses first, that 3 minus 1. So over here, I get 2 times 3 minus 1, which is 2, equals 4, and then 4 equals 4. So that is the correct answer. I love checking. It's such a good thing to just do all the time. Have it be part of your solving process. Okay, for this next one, again, nothing to combine on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and immediately start working across the equal sign. So reverse order of operations says that I need to get rid of that minus 12 first. So I do plus 12, plus 12. That goes away. Then negative 12, right, plus 12 becomes 0. Negative 4x equals 36. I need to cancel the multiplication here, so I do the opposite, which is divide by negative 4. And then x equals negative 9. All right, to check, we have negative 4x minus 12 equals 24. Now I'm going to replace the x with parentheses. Right, so that's what I've done on that second step. And now I substitute in the negative 9 that we found in D. Negative 4 times negative 9, remember a negative times a negative is a positive. So I get 36 minus 12 equals 24. Okay, so I get 24 equals 24. And again, confirmation that we've done something correctly. Okay, for this next one, for E, once again, we need to simplify. We use order of operations for simplifying each side. So we have to start by doing multiplication, which is the distributive property in this case. So I get 6x plus 12 plus 15 equals 33. Now I need to go ahead and combine my like terms on the left-hand side, which is the 12 plus 15. So I get 6x plus 27 equals 33. Reverse order of operations now that I'm ready to start working across the equal sign. So I need to get rid of that addition first. So I do that by subtracting 27. That goes away and I get 6x equals 6. All right, for space, I'm just going to move up here. So I get 6x equals 6. Divide by 6, divide by 6, and x equals 1. All right, check time. So I'm going to do my 6. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the x out, put in parentheses. And now I'm just rewriting the rest. So I get 6 parentheses. I put the 1 in place, plus 15 equals 33. Now I need to follow order of operations. So inside the parentheses, I have 1 plus 2, which is 3. So that gives me 6 times 3 plus 15 equals 33. 18 plus 15 equals 33. And then because of space, I'll just go ahead and show up here. I have 33 equals 33. And that is correct. All right, go ahead and pause the video one more time and try F, and then go ahead and turn it back on and watch how I work through this, both the problem itself, getting the value for x, and the checking process. Okay, so looking at f, there are no items that we can combine on each side of the equal sign because there are no like terms. So that means we need to look immediately to see if there are like terms we can combine across the equal sign. Now, when I'm looking at it, I tend to work with coefficients, so those are numbers with variables next to them first, and I try to keep them positive. I just have a preference to not have to work with negatives if I don't need to. Go figure. Anyway, so if you do it in a slightly different order or direction, that's okay. As long as you're following the mathematical process correctly, you will get to the right answer. Okay, so what I'm going to choose to do is to combine 5x and 10x first. So because I want a positive coefficient, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5x from both sides. Okay, so that goes away, and I get 2 equals 5x minus 13. Then we have plus 13 plus 13. We have 15 equals 5x. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and x equals 3. All right, now it's time to check. So we're going to do 5x. Again, I always just rewrite the original. And then I pull the variable out and put in my parentheses. So I get 5 parentheses plus 2 equals 10 parentheses minus 13. Okay, so we have 5, and the 3 goes into the parentheses. 3 goes into the other parentheses. So I get 15 plus 2 on the left-hand side equals 30 minus 13. So we have 17 equals 17, which confirms that the answer of 3 is correct.